Scripture, Psalm 5, 7, 8. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. But as for me, David contrasts himself with the wicked, declaring his humble approach to God. I will come into thy house. David speaks of entering God's presence, not with entitlement, but with deep reverence. In the multitude of thy mercy, David knows he doesn't deserve access to God. It is God's abundant mercy, not David's righteousness, that grants him entrance. In thy fear will I worship. This isn't fear as in terror, but awe-filled reverence. David bows before God's holiness with a heart ready to honor him. True worship begins when we recognize we are invited into God's presence, not because of who we are, but because of who he is. Are we approaching God with that same humble awe? Lead me, O Lord. Now David turns to guidance. He knows the path ahead is not easy. Lead me in thy righteousness. David doesn't want to be led by emotion or fear. He pleads for God's righteous standard to direct him. Because of mine enemies. David is aware of the pressure around him. He doesn't ask for revenge, but for clarity and integrity amid opposition. Make thy way straight. The Hebrew idea is to level the road, to make it plain and direct. David wants to follow God without confusion or stumbling. When opposition surrounds us, critics, stress, or spiritual attack, the best response is not retaliation, but obedience. David asks God not to remove the enemy, but to make God's path unmistakably clear.